It's Wednesday, November 12th. I'm Darlene Rodriguez.
I'm Michael Gargiu. Adelle Caballero's got some new traffic issues to tell us about. And Storm Team 4's Maria LaRosa here with today's forecast. You said it best, Maria. It's like we're acting like 3 degrees. It's a world of difference.
We start peeling the jacket off, like running around.
We're so dramatic. We're dramatic.
We are very dramatic. But it was a nice little easing into what's ahead. No, we don't have more of that. Yesterday was kind of a one and done. We're still looking at a few flakes and still breezy conditions. But while that was a bit of a preview, we're seeing those temperatures turn around at least a little bit. Yeah, 3-5 degrees. You may feel it. Again, live radar showing a little blue from Dutchess County pushing into Connecticut. So we could still see a few flurries and mostly cloudy skies at least this morning and a bit of a breeze. 39 at Central Park now, same at Newark. Freehold, you're at 36, Sussex at 35, Islip now at 41 degrees. So the change up from today, not as many flurries early on, of course, not as gusty, but breezy. And we'll manage about 50 degrees for the high and a little bit of sun in between the gusts. It'll feel more reasonable. So 49 through 1 o'clock, will be close to that through 4 p.m. Partly to mostly cloudy skies heading into the evening. Still those winds out of the west, southwest, about 10 to 15 miles per hour. All right, 6:01 right now. Adele, what's slowing us down?
A lot right now. Rail 7 trains are suspended for police department activity from Willets Point out to Main Street. We've got long-term Amtrak track work with New Jersey Transit, so North Jersey Coast and Morris and Essex line. You can expect to see slowdowns there. And then we're going to take a live look outside here onto the Lincoln Tunnel 495 westbound. So as you make it out of the tunnel, you can see police department activity over by JFK Boulevard. All lanes are subject to closure, and also expect to see about 40-minute delays at the George. Michael, back to you.
Adele, thank you very much. 6:02 now.
After 6 a.m., Maria LaRosa with the weather.
Yeah, nice and dry for now over Manhattan. Don't have any flakes flying for now, as we see sun and clouds for the afternoon up to 50 degrees. So a little improvement temperature-wise. Still cool and dry the rest of the week, but not the case by the time we finish up the weekend. A timing out the latest storm headed our way coming up in the 10-day.
Thanks so much. And still ahead, new details.
To New Jersey right now, 495 westbound over by Kennedy Boulevard. All lanes are completely shut down for police department activity. We're going to head outside right now to Chopper 4, giving us a closer look onto that. Coming up in a few minutes, we're going to give you an update on those delays and let you know what else is going to slow you down. You're watching Today in New York.
I always thought that the northern lights were like stars, but it's really electrical activity.
Yeah, it's an explosion on the sun that sends all of these particles earthbound, and where if they hit at the right angle, can get really low, and we can see it in the lower 48 when we don't always get to. Really, really cool. And yes, manage expectations when you see and think of pictures of auroras. They're not going to always look like that, but you get a big storm, and sometimes you can see it with the naked eye. But using your iPhone to see if it's there is a good way to do it. But you saw the different colors. We often think of the greens. That's true, but you can also get an idea of the elements that are being energized as they're getting into the atmosphere. Nitrogen kind of gives us sort of that tealish blue. There's your green. That's the oxygen. That's what we see most often, or think of most often, when we have any solar storms triggering auroras. But we also got to see the reds and the pinks. This is a sign of a really energetic solar storm that made it to our atmosphere. And so really, really amazing, about 150 miles above us. So that is really, really cool. We're going to be running up against a lot of visibility problems. Obviously this morning, of course, the cloudy skies, we had that last night. So is there any chance we can get a peek? Because the storm should still be going tonight. There's a chance we can see them pretty far south again tonight. Going through the day, mostly cloudy skies. You do see a chance of a few flurries or sprinkles moving on through. But by tonight, pretty cloudy, maybe during the early morning hours. If you're ambitious at 3 a.m., you may be able to catch a glimpse if they're still going, with mostly to partly cloudy skies heading into tomorrow afternoon. It is still breezy as well, but mostly dry for the rest of the week and into Saturday. So if you have to be outdoors, Saturday is going to be the best bet of the 2 weekend days, because by Sunday early, that next system rolls in and that brings us some rain showers. 39 degrees out there right now, a hint of a breeze there, so that wind chill is 36. Not as gusty and just a smidge warmer than yesterday, with mostly cloudy skies. We'll see about 49 degrees through 3 p.m. p.m. our high today up to 50. Tomorrow morning, not as chilly, so we'll end up in the low 40s, and that's our big temperature turnaround, the low 50s with some sun through Friday. 57, we peak ahead of that cold front, but it does its work and brings that chillier air, so much of next week back to highs only in the 40s. All right, 6:17 now. Adele, how's it looking out there?
Not in great shape, depending on where you're headed to. We're actually going to start things off here with a live look outside from Chopper 4. We are seeing a full closure here. This is at the Lincoln Tunnel, actually outside of the tunnel on the 495 westbound side, right by Kennedy Boulevard. You can see a very heavy police presence. You have major backups here building all the way back to the Lincoln Tunnel at this point. Clearly an area you're going to need to avoid. We have been seeing some rubbernecking delays on the eastbound side as well, off and on. We will continue to keep you posted on this. And if you are making your way a little further along here onto 1 and 9 northbound, keep in mind you do have a stalled car over by East Jersey Street, and that takes out a couple lanes as well. Darlene, back to you.
Thank you. 6:17 now.
6:30 a.m. right now on this Wednesday. It's November 12th. I'm Michael Gargiulo.
I'm Darlene Rodriguez. Adelle Caballero has an update on an issue that's impacting the Lincoln Tunnel. Storm Team 4's Maria LaRosa is here with the forecast. We're like, what, a smidge warmer than yesterday?
That's going to be the word of the day, I think. It's just a smidge. We have some easier travel conditions. You know, this time yesterday, we were tracking all of those little snow showers that were reducing visibility, making things a little slick. That's pushed off to the north. Still mostly cloudy. 39 at Central Park. We're down to 35 in Poughkeepsie. Islip and Massapequa in the 40s. Freehold at 36 degrees. Again, just a little bit of a breeze, not quite the blustery level that we had yesterday. Still registering a feels like temperature, though. That's at 36 in the city. Feels like the 20s to the north and west. So still bundle up, but again, just a smidge warmer, so that may make a difference in between the gusts this afternoon. By 10 a.m., 43 degrees, getting close to 50. We'll get some peaks of sun in there as well. Still breezy and partly cloudy through 5 p.m. All right, 6:31 right now. Slowdowns, Lincoln Tunnel, yikes.
Yeah, slowdowns, traffic at a standstill really here. This is 495 westbound. As you make it out of the Lincoln Tunnel by Kennedy Boulevard, we've got police department activity here. You can see a heavy police presence. We've also got a tow truck and EMT on the scene. Traffic just at a standstill here on the main roadway, service road. Even trying to exit, you're going to see traffic at a standstill. So clearly an area you're going to want to avoid here. We will continue to keep a close eye on this, and we'll keep you posted on that. But for the time being, you are going to want to avoid it. Also watch for a crash, BQE westbound by exit 34. Darlene, back to you.
All right, thank you very much. 6:40 right now, and looking at the school bus forecast, there she is.
There they are.
You can still get the heavier winter jacket on the kids. That's what you want this morning. Still a bit of a wind chill and the scarf too, but you can see recess outside, maybe fewer flurries compared to yesterday as we get close to 50. A little warmer through the end of the week, but I've got rain maybe to kick off early next week. The timing on that in the 10-day.
Thank you, Maria. Also ahead, part of a
News here on the outbound side of the Lincoln Tunnel, 495 westbound, completely shut down for police department activity right by Kennedy Boulevard. We're going to head outside right now to Chopper 4, giving us a closer look onto that closure. Coming up in a few minutes, we're going to break down all of the delays. You're watching Today New York.
It really is an incredible idea, because that's the problem, right? You're working and trying to care for your children at the same time. So interesting story there.
Yeah, and that long wait list. I know a lot of parents feel
there's
that.
a long wait
so
list.
important.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's check in on Montclair this morning. For all the little ones heading out right now, live radar is nice and quiet. We've been watching the snow flurries move in and out. Still a chance of that, as we still have that brisk northwest flow, but less so than yesterday. We still have the deep cut of chill in the area, so it still feels like the 20s and low 30s in spots at times, although the winds will relax just a little bit. So that's kind of the story here the next day or so. By the time we get into the weekend, Friday and into Saturday, drier conditions, relatively warmer. We're talking low 50s, which is still close to or slightly below average. And then we peak on Sunday temperature-wise, but that's out ahead of a cold front. So no cold air to work with here. This will be rain for us and for a good chunk of Saturday. As far as the temperatures go, yeah, we do peak on Sunday ahead of that front. Look what that front's going to do. It's going to drop us back to high highs in the mid and upper 40s, so it's back to below average. Now, as far as snowfall goes, we did manage a trace, which was a record-setting amount for LaGuardia Airport, a daily record. But you can see as far as measurable rainfall, the average first for Central Park is December 7th. We didn't get that yesterday, so in the short term, it doesn't look like that measurable snowfall is in the forecast. So I hope you enjoyed our little blast of winter yesterday. It's going to be a little bit before we see that again. But looking at the beautiful tree, it was fun to see the workers in the snow, getting the tree all ready. A little bit of a breeze there on the plaza. So it feels like temperatures down to the low to mid 30s, right at 39 at Central Park. Planning the day, 47 degrees at noontime, sun and clouds, still breezy, but we're going to get closer to 50 degrees, certainly compared to yesterday. That'll feel a little more reasonable. And then with partly cloudy skies overnight tonight down to 43 and just a smidge warmer tomorrow afternoon, more like the low to mid 50s across the board. More sunshine heading into Friday, Saturday and Sunday, watching the approach of that next system. Again, temperatures get a boost here, but the rain moves in. It should be out by early on Monday, and then the chill settles in again with highs in the 40s. All right, 6:50 now. Adele, how's it looking out there?
Not good, especially and not on the outbound side of the Lincoln Tunnel. We are watching police department activity. We've actually got Chopper 4 alive, giving us a bird's eye view there. We have a very heavy police presence here, first responders all on the scene. Now, again, all lanes are shut down here by Kennedy Boulevard, and you can see traffic just at a standstill with those westbound delays cutting off just before the helix on that approach to the Lincoln Tunnel. Eastbound side, major rubbernecking delays as well, with Route 3 delays heading back to Meadowlands Parkway. Turnpike also trickling back to about Secaucus Road. Clearly an area you're going to want to avoid. If you're heading out to the Holland Tunnel, you're looking at about 25-minute delays and 45 minutes at the George Washington Bridge. Darlene, Michael, back to you.
All right, thank you, Adele. 6:51. Thank you for streaming with us. It's Wednesday, November 12th. I'm Darlene Rodriguez.
I'm Michael Gordrew. Adelle Caballero is tracking our roads and rails on this Wednesday morning. Storm before us, LaRosa here with today's forecast. Not dramatically warmer, let's be clear.
No, but we'll take it. We'll
Yes,
take it. We'll take
absolutely.
it. I mean, it was cute yesterday. The snow showers. I saw all your pretty videos and your pictures. Just the gray skies right now. Not seeing much in the way of additional snow bursts and flurries out there. If anything, they're really, really light and more to the north. But we're definitely in the clouds for now, and that is going to keep us cool, along with a bit of a breeze from time to time. When it's not as windy, you get some peaks of sun. It's going to be more reasonable. But yeah, those gusts could get 20+ miles per hour today. So keep that in mind as you plan. By lunchtime, about 47 degrees, getting close to 50 today. Again, sun and clouds with that breeze. Even through the evening hours, partly to mostly cloudy. Temperatures slowly falling into the 40s, so a little bit milder, relatively speaking, by tomorrow morning. All right, let's see the commute, which has been so problematic for so many.
Yes, definitely, especially on travelers here on 495 westbound. All lanes remain completely shut down here for ongoing police department activity. This is right by Kennedy Boulevard here, and traffic just at a standstill. Main roadway, service road, delays trickling all the way back to about the helix at this point. Eastbound side, also a mess with delays on the turnpike back to Secaucus Road and on Route 3 to about Meadowlands Parkway. So this is going to be an area you're going to need to avoid. We will continue to keep you updated on this. On top of that, keep in mind alternate side parking rules and meter rules are back in effect citywide for today. Darlene, Michael, back to you.
Adele, thank you so much. Well, the House is preparing to vote today on a bill that could finally end the 43-day-long government shutdown. That bill's already cleared the Senate. It would fund the government through the end of next January.
If it passes, President Trump could sign it into law tonight, reopening the government. NBC's Alice Barr is in Washington now with details.
Right now, let's check in with Maria and see what this day is going to bring. A little bit of relief from yesterday.
A little bit, yeah,
little
we'll
bit.
take it. We'll take it. Not as gusty, not quite as chilly, but still breezy. I'm tracking some showers, and that could affect your weekend plans, and we are right back to chilly into next week. We'll take a look at all those numbers coming up in the 10-day.
Thank you, Maria. Also coming up,
If you're making your way onto the roads right now, a very heavy delays here on 495 westbound. All lanes remain completely shut down by Kennedy Boulevard for ongoing police department activity. Coming up in a few minutes, we're going to update you on delays and help you get around it. Here's a live look outside now onto the Belt Parkway. Westbound delays into JFK Airport. You're watching Today in New York.